Yeah, let's talk about that game, though. You said you had a lot of thoughts on the Carolina Panthers, who had an opportunity to take the division in the NFC South. And of course, this is after Bryce Young throws for like 440 something yards the previous week, going up against the 49ers, gets 3 gifted interceptions in the first half.
Yeah.
And they scored a total of 3 points in the first half. Not great.
No, you got to score more than that if you get 3 interceptions.
A little bit.
Like, if you want to win a football game, Carolina, that's what you got to do. Unfortunately for the Panthers, that game kind of went the way I thought it was going to go. In terms of, like, Carolina, they early in the season, they looked bad. And then they started to look good. And every time you kind of start to go, you know what? Maybe there's something to Carolina. They got to play a tough team. And they were playing good. J.C. Horn was actually playing out of his mind. Like
2 interceptions.
Those picks were him making really savvy plays. Like Brock Purdy, maybe just a little late on his throws, but like that's just a good corner making smart reads, getting in there. So even though I was rooting for the curse wheel to be correct, for selfish reasons, like I want to see Carolina feisty and competing. So when they had those 3 interceptions, I was like, okay. Well, when they had the second one, I'm like, they've got a chance tonight. And then they do nothing. And then they got a third one and they do nothing. I'm like, they're so fucked. There's no way they're going to win this game because that was their opportunity to get a lead, to, build something to make the Niners sweat. And San Francisco's like, we turned it over 3 times and you haven't done, we're still winning. We're still winning. And it was just like, it was kind of a boring game. And you were just waiting for the Niners to kind of
close it out,
take charge and close it out. And of course they did. And when Carolina finally found some momentum on offense, it was just too late. And even their it was a 24-yard touchdown pass to Teteroa and McMillan.
Yep.
A good throw. It was a nice drive.
It was a really good, the one right before it was a terrible throw. And then I was just like, oh, and then he throws and that's the frustrating thing with Bryce Young, right? It's that lack of consistency, which you do see around the league. And now it's just like with Bryce, to have that kind of performance against the Falcons, and then like, all right, now it matters. Like on primetime, this is their first primetime game in years. Yeah, that's a tough way to go out. Because like if it was just a close like defensive game, you're like, okay, but it's just they couldn't do anything on offense, man. Like they had an opportunity early. It was after one of the picks. Bryce runs down to like the 2-yard line. The next play, they roll him out to the right again. And I was like, oh shit, they're going to run the same play and they're going to score here. I don't even know if it was the same play. It just looked similar. And Bryce had a lane. He had a lane and he tries to force the ball in the back of the end zone. And that's where he threw his first pick, costing not just the touchdown for the Panthers, but at the very least a field goal attempt. So the opportunities were there, and if you're a Panthers fan, that's what's frustrating. Just like we had chances to beat a good team. Like the Niners are a good team. You get that win, you feel good about your team for the push in a winnable division. In a division where, thankfully Baker Mayfield's injury is not as significant as was thought, right? So like he could even be playing on Sunday.
Yeah. He's the cockroach. Can't get rid of him. Oh my God. We're over 1,000 already.
Woo! Let's go, baby. Let's go. It's just frustrating because you don't know when they're going to take this. Get.
You said something about nuts?
I did.
In his first game, let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Yeah, the guy took a cheap shot and hit him in the balls.
Let's take a look.
I love the sound effect. Well done.
You like that?
Boom, boom, boom.
That was actually me doing a little sound work.
That was beautiful.
Sick of Johnny and Connor getting all the credit.
Yeah,
They're
just
fabulous,
you don't want that.
But sometimes I'll get down and dirty.
That's fair.
Anyway, what were you about to say before I rudely interrupted you so I could play a shot of a guy getting hit in the nuts?
Honestly, it's better than anything I could have possibly said. But yeah, for the Panthers, you just wonder, I don't know, like I feel like there is a lot more talk about Bryce Young and, okay, is he the guy? And the problem is that just changes from week to week. There's one week where you go, oh man, he's 100% the guy. But then there was 2 games before that right? Against the Saints, which they lost that game. He couldn't get anything going. The Packers, he was not great in that game at all. It was all Rico Dowdle, right? And so after he puts up this amazing performance against the Falcons, you're like, okay, going in the right direction. And I put him in the power rankings because I was like, they found a different way to win than how they've won the rest of the season. And then they couldn't get anything going.
Yeah. And Carolina, J.C. Horn left that game with the concussion. They had another defender go out. I think they lost a lineman. They had like 4 guys exit that game, I believe. So that makes it tough. I talked about the missed touchdown opportunity that was Bryce's first pick, but then there's like little shit, right? There was that play where Xavier Legette stepped out of bounds for no reason, negating what was a first down catch. It's just like when you're one of those like middling teams, it's those little things every week that just cost you games and opportunities. And their passing game, they had I think they had 28 passing yards in the first half, Tom.
It was bad.
Against like a Niners defense that's allowed, I think it was the 9th most or 6th most passing yards per game, like 250 a game.
Their
basically,
secondary was the second worst in the league coming into last.
They just couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. But I think like Bryce Young's obviously still developing. You just want to see them do it a little more consistently. They feel like they're in a better spot than a handful of teams, though, with very young QBs. Like watching Vikings fans meltdowns kind of fun. And I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for JJ McCarthy.
Rooting for them?
Yeah, I'm rooting for them. I got no beef with the Vikings. I'm rooting for the Packers too.
That wasn't said with
this is my pecking order. I'm rooting for the Lions the most, the Bears the second most, then the Packers. No, sorry, then the Vikings and the Packers. But I don't hate any of you guys.
It's okay.
There's
the best
no
part
hate.
is all I have to do is wait.
You've had success. That's the only thing I'm basing it on.
And you haven't?
Well, yeah, you're going to root for your own team.
Of course I'm going to root for my own team.
Yeah, exactly. I find the NFC North very likable. They're a likable group of guys. Huh? No, I think like JJ McCarthy's getting relentlessly shit on. It's unfair. It's not incorrect on terms of how bad he's playing. But like, dude, I am so glad I don't have a job where I had to be awesome my first year or two doing it.